Hi Whovians, Harry here, and with the long-rumoured spin-off, The War Between the Land and the Sea, officially being announced, starring the Sea Devils, I thought now would be a good time to go over all the Sea Devil stories in Doctor Who, starting with their first story, The Sea Devils. But before we get into that, don't forget to subscribe, also leave a like and comment down below, and let's get into the video. So I want to review all the Sea Devil stories in Doctor Who in preparation for the spin-off, The War Between the Land and the Sea. And I will be starting in this video just reviewing their first story, the third Doctor story, titled The Sea Devils. So I'll just be reviewing it, seeing what I find out, focusing on the Sea Devils and doing a wrap-up feel on how I feel about this story at the end. So, this third Doctor story starts off like a kind of mystery of ships vanishing and people don't really know what's going on. And, of course, it is revealed later throughout this story that the Sea Devils are behind it. And actually, the Sea Devils are introduced pretty early, and they are described as intelligent reptilian creatures who hate humans and want to reclaim the Earth from humans, because previously they inhabited the Earth before humans. And, of course, this is very similar to Silurians, and the connection between Sea Devils and Silurians are made apparent in this story, with certain characters actually even calling them the same species, the Sea Devils and the Silurians. However, this brings me to something that I don't understand. The Silurians and the Sea Devils are actually two different species, one that prefers to live on the land and the other in the sea. So they are two different species with two different names. And the Sea Devils seem to get their name from an engineer or something, Hickman, calling them Sea Devils, and then that just seems to stick because the Doctor doesn't call them Sea Devils before, the Master doesn't call them Sea Devils before, and I don't get it. It just seems weird that they're putting faith on an engineer naming them, and then that name just seeming to stick with the writers of Doctor Who. It's a bit weird to give it to a random person in one episode to be naming a pretty iconic character now that will be leading a spin-off. However, moving past that, I do want to say that the Sea Devils are immensely intelligent, because we learn throughout this episode that the Master is working with the Sea Devils. Yes, this is set back in the Third Doctor's era with the Delgado Master, and it is said that he is manipulating the Sea Devils into attacking the humans and starting a war, because, as I mentioned, they hate humans because humans are now ruling over the Earth, whereas previously it was their home. However, they are so intelligent that the Sea Devils actually double-cross the Master, and it is revealed that they were using him and only needed him to build a machine to awaken the rest of the Sea Devils, the rest of their race. So, if they wanted to start a war, they could. And really, the Doctor is powerless to stop this, because he ends up being taken to the Sea Devil's lair, and he starts negotiating with the head Sea Devil, and is pretty good. The Sea Devil leader seems to want to take the Doctor's bargain, wants to meet with the humans, have a negotiation to who can have what parts of the planet. However, the humans obviously send this plan into disarray by attacking the Sea Devil's lair. And this is very similar to what happened between the Silurians and the humans in the two-part 11th Doctor story, The Hungry Earth and Cold Blood, where the Doctor was trying to bargain with some of the high-ranking Silurians, and they were about to take his bargain. However, the humans then killed a Silurian, sending the rest of the Silurians into wanting to kill humans, leading to the Silurians having to go back into hibernation, and there being a kind of bitter note at the end of that story, which is what this story kind of goes for, with the Silurian leader after the attack saying that no, they want war, they can have war, and locking up not only the Doctor, but the Master as well, because the Master has, well, he's fulfilled all his usefulness now. They don't need him. He's already built the device to awaken the rest of the Sea Devils, so they just lock him up with the Doctor, which is quite funny. And what's even weirder is the Master, especially this one, is seen as a manipulative, controlling, hypnotic figure. Because actually earlier in the story, the Doctor is concerned that the Master has kind of taken over the prison that he is kept under because he has hypnotic powers, and it is revealed that that is actually kind of the case, but they managed to fool the Doctor earlier. However, then through the manipulation of the people in the prison and the manipulation of the Sea Devils, it's actually learned that the other people were 2 steps ahead of the Master, because he is manipulated by the Sea Devils into being locked up with the Doctor. And then it is revealed that the third Doctor reversed the polarity of the neutron flow. It's a lot harder to say than it looks. To blow up the Sea Devils and their base, to blow up the machine so that the Sea Devils will have to go back into hibernation and the rest of the Sea Devils won't get woken up either. As the Doctor states that that was the only way to stop the war, and it's just weird to see the Master being described as manipulative earlier in this story, and he is being manipulated by the Doctor and the Sea Devils. And of course, then it does blow up the device, and the Sea Devils have to go into hibernation with the rest of them not being waken up, and the world is saved from a war between the Sea Devils and the humans. And I think this episode was pretty good. I really enjoyed the team of the Third Doctor and Jo. I know I didn't talk a lot about them, but I wanted to focus more on the Sea Devils. And the Delgado Master is also great. He is unlike any of the New Who Masters, but in a good way. It's just so delightful to see the Third Doctor and the Master's relationship, with the Doctor being wary and uncertain of him at first, but then trying to rebuild their relationship, a bit like we saw with the 12th Doctor and Missy, but then revealing that the Third Doctor had to look past the Master because he knows that the Master cannot be trusted, which is why he kind of why he reversed the polarity in the device without the Master knowing, because the Master was trying to manipulate the Sea Devils, but they were 2 steps ahead of him, and the Doctor needed a way for certain to stop the Master and the Sea Devils. And we learn a bit about the Sea Devils. We know that they're very similar to the Silurians. We know that they are incredibly intelligent. We know they are cunning also, as seen when they manipulated and double-crossed the Delgado Master. And also, we know that they do not like humans. It is seen that they could maybe reach a peace if they found a quite peaceful set of Sea Devils, but these set of Sea Devils seem beyond that, and humans obviously is conveyed in this story that they are the greatest enemy of the peace. And that is something that I think that Russell T Davies will stick on in this episode, that maybe Kate and some others in UNIT will try and get a peace, but then other people in UNIT will maybe worry about their safety and fire on them, starting a war, and then a small war will break out between the Sea Devils and the humans in the new spin-off of the war between the land and the sea. However, we don't know much more about the Sea Devils past, like their intelligence, the fact that they dislike humans because humans are now ruling the Earth and they're in the shadows, and the fact that they are cunning and similar to Silurians, still leaving them mostly a mystery after this episode. But that's pretty good, because when we learn too much about a certain alien, it kind of loses their mystique and their edge a bit. I mean, Weeping Angels, anyone? But I am excited to see, just based off this episode, the Sea Devils, what we will learn about them in between the war and the land and the sea, and maybe what references we'll see in this upcoming spin-off related to this episode. But that is all I have for this review. Again, I think the episode was great. I really liked the Third Doctor and Jo. Also, the Delgado Master and the Sea Devils were delightfully cunning in a way that I never expected. But let me know down in the comments below what you think of this episode. Do you agree with my review? Did you like it? If you did, don't forget to leave a like, also subscribe, and share it out. And I will see you in the next one.